Ryan Wedding.
Hip-hop.
Or Ryan Wedding. I don't know if there's an S on the end, but they got him. All right, he got arrested. I'm not going to say finally because I think he's been on the run for years and years and years. So obviously the police haven't been doing his job. They're saying that he was over in Mexico hiding for a multitude of years. There's some videos that are rolling around right now of his arrest. He's on American soil right now. I don't know if they're going to be extraditing him over to Canada. I would imagine because he was on the FBI's most wanted list that they're going to try him in America because, he's alleged of being one of the biggest drug traffickers in the world, basically, and very deeply connected to the Sinaloa cartel. Here's a video of him right now in custody. And we'll get to the press conference. And then we'll get to some misinformation that was put out there by Mr. Kash Patel and his people. Okay, so we're going to break some conspiracies in this segment over here, too. The dramatic music is crazy. All right, so that's him getting arrested. I'm going to pull up another video over here, courtesy of the YouTubes, and we'll get to the press conference with Kash Patel and the rest of the FBI agents and stuff. So let's pull this up. There we go. Bong. Kash Patel, eyes looking in one direction. Let's go, Kash. What are the views on this? 10,000 already, eh?
All right. Good morning, everyone.
Just let me know. Just keep us
Law
going.
enforcement officers in Mexico worked hand in glove with our teams on the ground there to apprehend last night in Mexico City Ryan Wedding. I was privileged to be there on a previously planned trip, and this was a great operation that came together through interagency success because no one behind me and to the side of me cares about credit.
And he's about to go on a rant about credit. Yeah, nobody behind me cares about credit. Like, you guys didn't apprehend him still. The way he's going on, like, yo, we got him. With the due diligence and the work of the FBI and Donald Trump and the American government, we were able to locate and we got him. We got him. Remember, this is not AI. This is the press conference right after, like, yo, we got off the plane. We got him in custody. Like, look what we did.
They care about putting away the bad guys and safeguarding our communities. That is the leadership that President Trump has brought to the presidency.
Glaze Fest, okay? Glaze Fest. Warning, Glaze Fest.
That is the support that he has brought to law enforcement from coast to coast. And I just can't say how thankful I am to be a small part of this and lead the FBI. These men and women do the hard work. When you go after a guy like Ryan Wedding, it takes
hard work. Keep going, bro.
United front.
You're cooking, brother. You're cooking.
And that's what you're seeing to law enforcement from coast to coast. And I just can't say how thankful I am to be a small part of this and lead the FBI. These men and women do the hard work. But when you go after a guy like Ryan Wedding, it takes a united front. And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing global partnerships from coast to coast. I want to give a special shout out to our ambassador in Mexico, Ambassador Ron Johnson, quarterbacked this effort for us from Mexico.
Thank you, Ron.
A year plus. As soon as he got to post at our new embassy compound there, he made this a priority and he came through. This is what leadership looks like. And this is a historic 2025 year the FBI is having. To put it in perspective.
This nigga is going off, bro. He's like, yo, we the best.
The FBI has had 67,000 arrests this year alone. That is a 200% increase. The FBI has captured 6 of the top 10 most fugitives on our board. The FBI has also seized enough fentanyl to kill 150 million Americans, a 31% increase. The FBI has arrested 35% more espionage corrupt actors from China, Russia, the DPRK, and Iran. The FBI has found and identified 6,000 children.
Yo, say FBI one more time, nigga. Holy glaze, bro. FBI. You know what we did, right? Like, we got all the criminals, bro. We got enough fent to kill a whole country worth of kids, bro. Us, Himothy's, Themothy.
That we're missing, that is up 22%. All of these historic record-breaking numbers lead to another historic record-breaking number brought to you by President Trump's leadership. That is a 20%.
The man slamming the table and shit, fucking up the audio, brother. Watch him.
All of these historic record-breaking numbers lead to another historic record-breaking number brought to you by President Trump.
I don't know if this... Listen, I never really get entertained by the press conferences. They're usually pretty boring. This nigga's going off. Pissed.
Trump's leadership. That is a 20% decline in the murder rate in the United States of America. That is an all-time record for the modern era. Our communities are safeguarded by these men and women. We are thankful to be partnered with the Department of Justice and the relentless efforts to safeguard our communities by Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. But we're not.
He's fucking Pam. How many times you got mentioned Pam?
Done today. We're going to get back on the plane, and we've captured and apprehended another top 10 fugitive while we were in Mexico, and we're going to head east and hand him over to local law enforcement authorities. I also want to give a huge shout out to state and local law enforcement. This work is not possible at all without them on the front lines every single day. They're the greatest partners we could ever have, and thank God we have a president who backs the blue. And that is what results look like. Personally, for me at the FBI, I want to thank our hostage rescue team. I want to thank our special flight operations unit. I want to thank our headquarters component, our LA field office. This was a enterprise-wide success. The moving pieces to pull this off and apprehend one of the world's most wanted criminals and bring him to justice in the United States of America can only be done when you have leadership from the top with President Trump, the Attorney General, and all these great leaders here. I'm going to turn it over to the assistant director in charge of the...
This guy glazed Trump like 3 times in 5 minutes, bro. Whoo, that's a record, bro. 3 glazes in 5 minutes. 3 glazes for Trump, 2 for Pam Bondi, and then multiple glazes for the FBI. This guy's cooking.
Los Angeles field office, A.W.O.L Davis, for some more comments on the case itself and the investigation.
Thanks,
Hold on, let me answer this question before this brother cooks over here. Illis Behavior wants to know, I wonder who's getting the cash reward. They might have to just give it to Ryan. Put it right in his commissary, yo.
Good morning. My name is A.W.O.L Davis. I'm the assistant director in charge of the FBI's Los Angeles field office. We told you in November we would find Mr. Wedding, and today that day has arrived.
Oh, shit. We told you in December we would find this nigga, and today that day has arrived. We, FBI, we found him. See the man? It's got FBI right on his jacket. He said, we found him. Keep cooking, brother.
Long arm of the law extends beyond our borders.
Long arm.
This marks the 500th capture of an FBI top 10 fugitive since its inception 75 years ago. I want to congratulate the devoted team effort that led to this capture.
Okay, it's his turn to glaze now. I don't know if you guys really caught the pattern or the method that these guys do. And this is not only in this. From previous live streams, we've covered a multitude of press conferences, police press conferences. They have like a protocol. They go over, this is what we did. This is the results. We got the person. And then they go immediately to a list of people that they need to glaze. All right. So he went through, this is what we did. We the shit. We got him. Okay. And now I'm about to give my thanks to this amount of people for about 2 minutes. All right. There's a pattern here.
Today is a great day for the FBI and for our partners here today, specifically our partners at the RCMP, the LAPD, and the DEA, and so many other agencies at every level. But it's also a good day for the victims of this case. Ryan Wedding tormented several people and several families that will never be the same. But today, they get the justice that they sought. Investigators worked tirelessly for well over a year to find Mr. Wedding, where he will face federal prosecution. As you know, Mr. Wedding and others are charged for their roles in a transnational organized crime network, shipping massive amounts of cocaine, approximately 60 metric tons, through Southern California on its way to Canada. Mr. Wedding is also wanted for orchestrating multiple murders of victims and government witnesses. In addition to the massive manhunt that went into apprehending Mr. Wedding, we worked with State Department to offer rewards and the Treasury's Office of Foreign Asset Control, which imposed crushing sanctions in this case. This case is also being worked under the auspices of the Homeland Security Task Force here in Los Angeles. I'd like to provide a few details to illustrate the sheer work that has gone into this case.
Break it down, brother.
We've arrested 36 people for their role in this organization. Again, we've worked with our Canadian partners, our Mexican partners, our partners in Colombia and the Dominican Republic. The Treasury Department has sanctioned 19 people, including Ryan Wedding himself. We've seen mountain of drugs, cash, weapons. We seized the Mercedes-Benz, estimated over $15 million. We seized dozens of motorcycles worth approximately $40 million.
Damn.
And other valuable artwork and jewelry. Ryan Wedding will be held in custody over the weekend and is anticipated to have his initial appearance on Monday morning. While we're happy about this victory,
y'all think he's gonna get bail Monday morning? Because keep in mind, his lawyer is out. All right, the cocaine lawyer, or what do they call him? DPAC, emergency DPAC. He's on road. All right, that guy, they said, is allegedly responsible for the murder of 2 people, or ordering Ryan Wedding to murder 2 witnesses that were supposed to testify against him. And they actually went and murdered 2 witnesses, but they actually, from the reports I remember, they murdered the wrong 2 people first, and were like, my bad, wrong people, and then went and murdered the right 2 people that were supposed to testify against him. This is what on the advice of the lawyer, emergency DPAC, cocaine lawyer, or whatever they call him, all right? He's on road. So if he's on road, Monday morning, Ryan Wedding, what the right lawyers, he might not be using DPAC, all right? But he got some other lawyers, some heavy Mexican cartel money that he can just put towards some lawyers, and he touched road on Monday, bro. Softing. I'll fight this from the road. Mind you, he is a flight risk, so I doubt it.
We have a lot of work ahead of us to prosecute this case and continue our investigation. I want to emphasize we are still seeking multiple individuals wanted for their roles in this organization. The State Department is still offering a $2 million reward for information leading to additional arrests. I ask anyone with information to contact us at 424-494-0614. That number can be called internationally, domestically via WhatsApp, Signal, or Telegram. I also would like to thank, lastly, the Ontario International Airport for making this possible, securing the security of the scene and allowing us to plan this in such a way.
Are they talking about friggin' Pearson? Damn.
Thank you, and I'd now like to turn it over to Chief McDonald of the Los Angeles Police Department.
Thank you, Akil, and thank you all for being here today. The Los Angeles Police Department is proud to stand with our federal, international, and local partners as we announce the arrest of Ryan James Wedding. This has been a coordinated, intelligence-driven investigation into Wedding's global drug trafficking organization, which used Los Angeles as its primary point of distribution. Our collective efforts led to the seizure of more than 2,300 kilograms of cocaine, 44 kilograms of methamphetamine, 44 kilograms of fentanyl, 8 firearms, and over $55 million in illicit assets. This outcome reflects the tireless and seamless collaboration of the FBI, the LAPD, the DEA, and we're joined by Brian Clark here, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Together, we have disrupted a major narcotics pipeline impacting Los Angeles, the United States, and Canada. This is a significant blow to a criminal network that has endangered communities across borders.
I'm checking right over here. I'm checking the polls just to see what you guys are saying as far as if this will affect the drug game in any way, right? Like if this will actually put a dent in the game. All right, let me just pull up the poll over here and see what you guys are saying. I asked if it was going to affect the drug game in any type of way. 60% of y'all are saying no. 40% or 38%, it just jumped now, is saying yes, which is still substantial. That's a lot of people. Like, there might be some changes because this guy was a big dog. We're not going to act like he was just one of the regular, we just got one of these drug kingpins. Like, no. He's like a big, big dog. The price might go up for a lot of people out there. I'm just saying.
I want to personally thank the dedicated men and women from every agency represented here. For my own agency, the work of Gang and Narcotics Division, particularly, their relentless commitment over the past 2 years has made this operation possible.
Salute.
Because of their work, Los Angeles is safer, and those responsible are being held accountable. We appreciate our media partners for showing up today on such short notice. Thank you for that. It's now my pleasure to be able to introduce to you the Commissioner of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Mike Duhem. Thank you.
Thanks. You guys are just having a cipher over here, bro.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to start off by thanking Director Patel for inviting me here on this special occasion. It goes without saying that no single agency or nation can combat transnational organized crime alone. The arrest of Ryan Wedding is the result of strong, trusted partnership. I want to thank the men and women from the FBI.
I don't mean to laugh, bro. Just the way that these guys have this confidence, like the arrest of Ryan Wedding is the results of strong confidence. Like, shut up, nigga.
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the U.S. Department of Justice, Los Angeles Police Force, and all the U.S. and Canadian law enforcement that took part in this. They spent countless of hours and many sacrifices to lead us to where we're at here today. And without the results, we can finally say that our communities, our countries are much safer with the arrest of Ryan Wedding. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
We'll take a few
Quick little 8 bars, you know what I'm saying?
questions.
Okay, all right, that's enough. I'm going to get to another video over here in regards to this whole thing because I was laughing during the thing. You know, I'm trying to keep it serious, but like they keep on saying things that are just not serious, being unserious with what they're saying. They're like, the FBI in combination with these people and these people and these people. I got to give a shout out to this guy because, you know, without him, we would have never made this bust. What are y'all niggas talking about, B? Like, let's be real.
Ryan Wedding, the snowboarder turned drug kingpin, surrendered. He was not arrested. He was not captured. He willingly walked in to a federal U.S. embassy in Mexico City. Now, that has been confirmed by a person called Omar Garcia Harfouk, who is the Secretary of Security.
It's not only the Omar guy or whatever. I literally just watched it on CP24. They haven't posted the video yet on YouTube, so they haven't clipped the segment yet. But Steve Ryan, the ex-policeman that be over there on CP24, he literally just broke it down about how the man turned himself in because he felt mad pressure and he was fucking the shit up for the cartel over there. And it might have been some influence from the Sinaloa cartel themselves saying, brother, you need to turn yourself in because you made the block super hot right now. All right. They might have some kind of master plan. Like, bro, just go go turn yourself in. We'll figure it out later. These guys, with the help of the RCMP, and I want to give a shout out to Pam Bondi and our great President Trump. Like, shut up. The nigga walked into the station and said, take me.
For Mexico. He announced that yesterday a Canadian national turned himself into U.S. Embassy in Mexico City officials. Now, this isn't the first time this has happened. It's probably extremely clear that the U.S. government wants Ryan Wedding to talk. They will likely probably offer him some sort of deal. He probably at some point realized that at the end of the day, he's probably on borrowed time, and this is the easiest way out of the situation. Make no mistake about it. A lot of people will try to tell you he's a nobody, he's this, he's that, he's not the leader of anything. Look, is he the king of the Sinaloa cartel? No, but he's definitely a very high-profile individual in that group. He sold a lot of narcotics and was very important to the flow of drugs into the United States and in Canada. Now, as customary, because we've seen it happen with the sons of El Chapo, we've seen it happen with all sorts of people, the thought is he will probably begin speaking to government officials about corrupt people in Mexico, other traffickers. And, look, if you think he's going to spend the next 100 years of his life in federal prison, that's just not how it works.
Ooh. Maybe that needs to be the next question. I'm not even going to make another poll. I'm going to ask you guys. Let me know in the chat. It's a touchy question, but this guy is going to be facing 100 years for sure. It's not going to be, oh, you just got a 25 life sentence. Like, nah, bro. This conspiracy to murder multiple bodies over the space of a decade. Metric tons, they said, of drugs that were transported and exported and imported and all that. So the man's probably looking at 100 years. Y'all niggas think that he might go and say, you know what? I'll give you a little information. One in the chat, if Ryan Weddings is going to start chirping, he's going to start snitching. Two in the chat, if nah, bro, you can stand 10 toes down, stand on business. 100 years, I'm going to do that on my pinky. What? Let me know. One in the chat if he's going to freaking start, can I get some McDonald's? Right? Two in the chat, if nah, bro, he's part of the Sinaloa cartel. If he snitches, he won't even live a day in jail. Let me know. It also could be part of the master plan. Keep in mind, he turned himself in. Okay? From what I seen in a news report, not just from whatever YouTube or Instagram, TikTok creators, cock sources, from the news, the ex-cop guy said they had to tell him, bro, shit's too hot. Turn yourself in, brother. So they're saying allegedly, and I'll put allegedly on it, that this is pressure from the Mexican cartel. This might be part of a master plan. So he might not be doing any snitching anytime soon, no matter how many years he put in front of him.
The government will sell to you that they captured him when they didn't. He surrendered, and now they'll make a deal with him. But it won't matter because Joe Q Public will realize we did something else. We captured someone. No. But they'll do what they have to do. This is how governments try to stop this. That said, this can't be stopped. We have to address the prohibition on drugs to fix this, and that won't ever happen. So this is just going to be a domino effect. That said, he's in custody. Ryan Wedding, the snowboarder turned drug kingpin.
Let me look up something over here. I'm trying to see if I can find the actual news report that I was talking about earlier with Steve Ryan. If you guys are, for the people in the audience who are from Toronto who watch CP24, or maybe watch CP24 as much as I do, because like in between YouTube videos, that's the only channel I watch. That's the ex-cop. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He always trying to be wearing some fly suits and shit like that. Let me see when's the last time they spoke about him. because he literally just broke it down. And I'm like, well, bruh, if that's the case. This is from 3 hours ago. I'm just trying to see the one that has the least amount of hours on it. This is from 2 hours ago. Let me check this one right here and see what they're saying.
Women from the FBI, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the U.S. Department of Justice, Los Angeles Police Force, and all the U.S.
operation with the help from Mexican officials, the FBI.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Well, we came to Ontario because the weather's pretty nice here, but we also have to maximize operational security. We make these decisions jointly with our partners who run these airports. We make these decisions jointly with the local police force and our interagency officers. They're
to try and find Ryan Wedding. They knew believed he was in Mexico, but in January 2025, Wedding was allegedly he was put on FBI's 10 most wanted list, and now he's been arrested according to FBI. Back over to you.
All right. Thank you, Kamal.
Yeah, they don't have the article the video yet from what I was talking about, but yeah, they're putting a lot of cap on this story right here. Yes, they do have him in custody. Obviously, that is true. But as far as like the way that these guys are talking about it, bro, like he turned himself in, man. He turned himself in. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. There's probably going to be mad documentaries that are coming down the pipeline. Actually, let me do this one thing before we get off of this segment, because I did see something on. Y'all know who Steve Ryan is. I seen the man trying to pull off a pink suit the other day, bro. I'm like, bro, calm down, bro. You're just working on the news, fam. Like, it's not a fashion show, brother. Let me check Law and Crime, because I saw a video from Law and Crime. They probably have more accurate information. There we go.
Breaking news, Ryan Wedding, the former Olympic snowboarder turned alleged drug kingpin, the man on the FBI's most wanted list, has reportedly been captured. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Here on Sidebar, it is now being reported that 44-year-old former Canadian Olympic snowboarder turned alleged drug kingpin Ryan Wedding has been arrested. And this is after being added to the FBI's top 10 most wanted list of fugitives back in March of 2025. There was a $15 million reward for information leading to his capture or prosecution. Now, he has been accused of running a vicious and violent and complex drug. We know that he has already been facing charges. He was indicted on federal murder, witness tampering, intimidation, money laundering, drug trafficking charges. He is accused of orchestrating the shooting of a witness in a restaurant, namely that he placed a bounty on the witness's head, quote, in the erroneous belief that the victim's death would result in the dismissal of criminal charges against him and his international drug trafficking ring. The man, referred to by reported aliases as El Jefe, Giant, Public Enemy, James Conrad King, Jesse King, this guy was the subject of federal authorities' interest for a while. FBI Director Kash Patel previously said of Wedding, quote, "You do not get to be a drug kingpin and evade the law. Make no mistake about it, Ryan Wedding is a modern-day iteration of Pablo Escobar. He's a modern iteration of El Chapo Guzman. He will not evade justice." Attorney General Pam Bondi said, quote, "He controls one of the most prolific and violent drug trafficking organizations in this world.
Damn.
He is currently the largest distributor of cocaine in Canada." And it should also be noted that multiple people have also been indicted in connection with Wedding's alleged operation here. AG Bondi claiming that more than 35 people have been indicted, that weapons, over $3 million in cryptocurrency, over $13 million in assets have all been seized. And it was just last month when FBI officials confirmed that Mexican authorities seized $40 million in motorcycles believed to be owned by the former Olympian. And by the way, talking former Olympian, I mean, it's pretty remarkable. If all the allegations are true, this is a 180 for the man who competed in the 2002 Winter Olympics out in Utah. As Akil Davis, assistant director of the FBI's LA field office, previously said, Wedding went from shredding powder on the slopes at the Olympics to distributing powder cocaine on the streets of U.S. cities and in his native Canada. And we learned more details about Ryan Wedding's capture today in a press conference that was held by authorities.
My name is Kash Patel. I'm the director of the FBI. Today we are here because of President Trump's incredible leadership and commitment to supporting law enforcement across the country and around the world. We are here today to announce another record historic achievement because of law enforcement partnerships across America and across the globe come together to fight crime in all corners of the earth. Today, we are announcing a capture of another FBI's most wanted top 10 fugitive, Ryan Wedding. That makes 6 top 10 FBI captures in 1 year alone. To put that in perspective, that's 2 more than the entirety of the prior administration. And none of this would be possible without the tremendous leadership of Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice and our partners and prosecutors at the United States Attorney's Office here in LA and our Los Angeles field office. Here you'll see many of our brave partners, including the Commissioner of the RCMP, the Chief of Police of the LAPD, our LA.
Okay, we're not gonna do the Glaze thing again, bro. Can you guys actually let me know if you have the information right?
About 3 years in U.S. prison. And once he's released, so the question becomes, if these allegations are true, how did an Olympian become?
They don't even have the info yet. When did you make this video? 5 hours ago? Man just ran to make the video, didn't find out that like the man actually turned himself in. Holy. Well, listen, maybe you heard it here first, or you guys in the comment gang are very intelligent. So you were already telling me from the time we were watching the last video, like he turned himself in, like duh, right? But for anybody else who needs more information or proper information, the man turned himself in, guys. All right, it's serious, but it's not that serious because you guys try to make it look like you went and found him in a deep hole in Mexico somewhere and dug him out the hole. Like, bro, the man was at the embassy waiting for you, bro. All right. So no salutes because I can't salute Ryan Wedding because I'm not down for murder, right? And fuck the police. So it is what it is. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.